but especially the spring sports like baseball, softball, and track, because those didn't get to take place last year, whereas there was basketball last year and football last year and volleyball last year, and so it's been a while since the Bulldogs played an actual baseball game, which you got to do last Tuesday night.
Yes, sir. We originally were going to open up with Ruidoso on the 8th, and the kind of with the scheduling, they've when they said we were on and off and back on, Ruidoso went ahead and made a different schedule and didn't tell anyone about it. And so when we pulled up the Max Preps, we saw that they weren't on our schedule, and so we called their AD and their coaches and found out that they had made a whole new schedule, which is a lot more work. I wouldn't do that.
Just play the game.
Yeah, play the game that you scheduled. And so we reached out, called a lot of teams, talked to El Paso, and they said, we want to play. And then the state said, you can't play El Paso. And then
wow.
I looked at some other teams, and some of the Farmington schools were playing Colorado schools.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, well, if they could play Colorado, I could play Texas.
Right.
And so I called the Farmington schools, and I said, hey, we should play each other. And they said, well, we're full. And I said, well, you're about not to be. You're about to lose a couple of games. And they said, what do you mean? I said, well, they said no out-of-state schools. And they said, well, we had this schedule made since August. And I said, well, so did I.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody did.
And so I said, play me or you should maybe go complain.
Yeah.
And so then I called Aztec. They're going to play 4 teams in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And Pedro Vista was going to play 2 games in Colorado. And so, long story short.
Did they get their games shut down?
No, they were able to play them. And then
but you're not allowed to play El Paso?
Well, then they changed their mind and said, you know what, you could play Texas.
Okay.
And so with all that said and done, I had already talked to Alamogordo, and they had an opening, and so we were able to play Alamogordo, and we're happy to get that game, and it was a very interesting game.
Yes, it was.
So we, short kind of turnaround. We said, hey, let's play on this Tuesday, and got it all worked out, and then we were going into the 8th inning, I believe,
mm-hmm.
or
it was top of the 8th.
Yeah, top of the 8th inning, and the power went out.
Mm-hmm. Well, not all the power,
right?
But some of the power went out.
I think we had 4 sets of lights still on.
4 sets of lights, but the press box was gone, and
JV field lights went out, and we were losing by 4.
Uh-huh.
And talked to the coach. I said, hey, what do you want to do? And he said, well, it's your field. And I said, well, let's play.
Because you could still see, yeah?
You could still see, so we kept playing.
What did the ump say?
He said, yeah, that's fine, let's play.
Okay.
And so we ended up tying it and then winning it in the bottom of the 8th. Trent Knowlton hit a walk-off single to win the game. So
yeah. What an exciting way to start the season. And Alamogordo had some stuff going on because they were to play the previous Thursday or Friday at Roswell, mm-hmm. and a rainstorm came through, and I didn't think they were going to get any of those games in, and they wound up getting one of those 2 games in up at Roswell, and then they come down to Ortiz, and the lights go out, or half the lights go out, so it was just kind of an interesting trip over this side of the mountain for Alamogordo.
Yes, sir, and that was our we were their 6th game,
mm-hmm.
and that was our first game, so we had a little bit of our first game jitters and got that out of our system. So looking forward to playing Valencia today. So
the lights are fixed?
Yes, sir. Yeah, they came in. We have a great maintenance staff at our school, and Scott Seimer came and they double-checked it and got everything fixed, and CVE got after it. So really shout out to CVE and our maintenance staff to, working hard and getting all the lights fixed, and so we're ready to go.
Yeah. Now, Eddy County is turquoise, but Brainerd Park has so much seating capacity you really don't have to turn anybody away that wants to come watch a baseball game.
Right. Yeah, and we want to encourage everyone to come to support the Bulldogs tonight. So
yeah,
it should be a good game.
I know you can't have concessions. It'd be interesting if a food truck like set up over in the parking lot over at the senior center. You know, if a food truck just sat up over there.
Right.
That's not school property.
Yeah.
So, you know, you don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it.
Yes, sir.
That would be kind of nice. But people have to bring their own snacks if they want to have a snack at the ball game. Valencia tonight. Before we get into that, with it being such a challenging year, baseball season actually runs a little later this year. I mean, here we are on the 11th of May, and you're just getting started. How late will the season be going this year? How did the NAA work that out?
Yes, sir. We're planning on playing the state championship on June 26th.
Okay.
So that'll be the last game, and it goes through June, and district starts on the 25th. So it's going to be here and gone pretty fast.
Yeah, 2 days before graduation.
Yes, sir.
Can your seniors still play? Do you have any seniors on the team this year?
I have 8 seniors on the.
Wow.
Yes, sir. So we have a lot of seniors coming out, and really happy to have those guys, and excited for this year to having that many seniors. You know, a lot of them missed that season last year, so they're really excited to play this season. So
I was going to say, because for a lot of seniors, they get to graduation and they're done. You know, they want to get ready for whatever else that they're going to do. But you've got some dedicated players.
Yes, sir, and that's what we talked to them about. We said, hey, you're gonna be making commitments the rest of your life from here. Forever. She said, you're going to make a commitment to your wife, to a job, to a mortgage. And so we really talked about that and said, hey, this is a commitment we want you guys to make for baseball. And this isn't as serious as some of those. And so you're playing a baseball game, but we want you to commit to this season. And you're not only committing to yourself, but to all your teammates and to the program. And so let's go forward and let's have fun.
Yeah, and so you've got 8 seniors on the team, and that's got to be exciting to see that many that are sticking with the program and doing that. What kind of a team are you going to have this year? Are you going to dominate pitching? You're going to have to hit the ball out of the park? What kind of a?
We're kind of trying to figure that out. We could do a little bit of everything. We got a lot of speed on this team, and our pitching isn't quite there, but they've been working really hard, and so we got a lot of pitchers on the staff, and so we're not going to overpitch anyone and get a lot of guys some game experience, and then when it gets closer to the end of the season, then we'll figure out our rotation that way. But
sure,
we want to get a lot of guys on the mound and just give them that opportunity.
Well, speed's good, especially in the outfield, chasing down.
Yes, sir.
Fly balls and stuff like that. And
yeah, we do have some power from the plate too. Our poor managers have to be chasing some balls over the fence for practice, and so that we have some great managers that have been helping us, and so that they've been getting their exercise also. So, and these baseball players, they've been really committed. We're lifting twice a week, and now we've started going to the pool. So we're really happy that the pool's been letting us take our team in there, and we've been doing pool workouts. And so our philosophy for the, working out and working out in the pool is, hey, we're the only team doing this. We're the only team working this hard, and so we're going to be the only team at the end of the season holding that blue trophy.
Yeah.
And so the guys are really buying into it.
Sure. Now, for baseball, your district is Goddard, Lovington, and Portales.
Yes, sir.
You talk to their coaches. How are their teams looking? How do you think you're going to stack up in district this year?
Everyone kind of has lower numbers than they've had in the past. Just for example, we usually have 60 plus guys. We're down to
that's varsity and JV.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Mm-hmm.
And we're down to 40.
Yeah.
And Goddard, I was talking to Goddard. They had 70 last year.
Mm-hmm.
They're down to 35.
That's wow.
Yes, sir. So
my Iowa math tells me that's half.
Yeah. So everyone's kind of dealing with that, but we're not going to make excuses.
Sure.
So we're just going to get after it and work every day and get better.
Yeah, got to play with who you have there and put those together. Chris, your old stomping grounds, Lovington, and how are they doing over there? Are they down too?
They have a new coach from last year, and so I really haven't got to talk to him too much. We've been trying to schedule some JV games with them, and so I haven't really developed that relationship with him yet since he's new. But I'm sure they'll be ready to play.
Oh yeah. They like baseball over there too. So Valencia tonight, and they've played a couple games, haven't they?
They're 5-4.
Mm-hmm.
With them being over there, towards Albuquerque, they're able to pick up some games, and a lot of the schools over there have their guys earlier than we do, and I don't know how much they encourage multiple sports here in Artesia. We really want our guys playing as many sports as possible, and so we encourage them to play football. We encourage them to play basketball and swim and do everything to help out every program. And when they get to us, then they're ready for baseball. And so I don't know, those other schools schedule a little earlier. And if you remember, they were supposed to have basketball, then football, then baseball.
Right.
And so
that was the original schedule.
Yes, sir.
That they were going to start in October. Volleyball was going to kick it off. I think volleyball and cross country.
Yes, sir.
In October, and then like the day of the first games, somebody up in Santa Fe said, "Wait a minute! I didn't say you could do that."
Right. I know.
And so the NMAA really worked hard. I know they tried to work with the lieutenant governor to come up with this plan that you guys are in now. So then it kind of got put back to a more traditional order, football, then basketball, and now baseball.
Yes, sir. So with that, with football going to be right next to baseball. All our guys play football.
Sure.
So I pushed our schedule back as far as possible. And then it got switched around. So like I said earlier, I kept the same schedule, and I didn't. I had our 20 games, and everyone I was playing with was happy that I knew him until I found out about Ruidoso. But
yeah.
So that's why we're starting a little later than other teams. And so Goddard down the road, I think they open up on today. I think their first game's today.
It got pushed to Saturday.
It did? Okay.
Yeah, both. Now, Roswell High has played a couple games. They played with Alamogordo, and I think, did the Monday game get canceled? I write them down. I've switched to pencil.
Right.
So I'm putting things in ink and then having to scratch it all out. But you're right. The Goddard-Roswell doubleheader was supposed to be today, but when Roswell-Portales was canceled on Saturday because of what's going on in Portales, they moved the baseball doubleheader to noon Saturday at Joe Bauman. So but that'll be Goddard's first games.
Right.
And Roswell, like I said, has only played one or two games.
Yes, sir. So, everyone deals with scheduling differently. And usually like last year, we played 6 games before we got shut down because we open up in the Hobbs. They have a round robin, then we go to Carlsbad, and after that, it got shut down. And so we try to play early, and with this situation, we pushed it back. And so it'll be good. It's been good getting our guys out there and getting some extra work before we're playing games, and so.
Well, condensed season and getting started now, and then by the middle of June,
yep,
we're done. And
that's what we tell our seniors and all our players. Hey, take advantage of every pitch, every inning, every out, because before you know it, it's over and the season's over. So.
Yeah. Well, you start at 4:30 today?
Yes, sir.
With your doubleheader with Valencia, and encourage folks to come out and watch. But you got to bring your own snacks.
Right. And there'll be JV game also against Hobbs.
They're playing Hobbs over on the JV field.
And we were supposed to play Valencia's JV, but I guess with their numbers, they didn't have enough for JV, and so called around, and Hobbs said, "Hey, we got room," and so we'll have. Hobbs coming down to play our JV, and so the JV players have been working hard, and so I'm glad we were able to get them game. They're limited at 17 games for the season this year. So.
You find enough umpires?
You looking to help?
I don't know. There seems to be plenty of people in the stands, you know.
I know, right? We'll get you out there, and you can call some pitches. But, it's been a little bit of a struggle everywhere to find. I know some games have got canceled because of it.
Yeah.
And so Ridge Bowden, he's a football and golf coach for us, and he loves doing it, so he's going to help us out today at the JV field. And so, just encourage people if they want to, if they think they're pretty good calling pitches or outs in the stands, we'll get you signed up and come call some games.
Well, it's so bang bang on a lot of plays. I mean, you figure out what your strike zone is, but then you get those plays out on the bases that. I was reading there's a major league umpire that still has a lot of trouble calling things right. What did he mess up the other day? I guess there was a fly ball or somewhere in the outfield, and he didn't really see what happened, and he called it anyway.
Yeah, it's when you get in that situation, it's a really tough job. That's why they went to instant replay, because, like you said, bang bang, it's so fast, and if those calls mean so much to those teams when it comes down to it, one of those calls could mean, a championship or not, or playoff, and then you go to draft picks and stuff like that. So when they went to instant replay, it really helped the game.
But at least in New Mexico on the high school level, there's not enough cameras with enough gear to even think about instant replay for this level.
Right.
But the dollars get a whole lot bigger when you get up to those levels. So, well, good. Well, anything else you want to mention about going into this year?
No, just really excited about this season and really happy with how our guys are working and really coming together, encouraging each other, being really good teammates, and just want to tell everyone to come support. We got a lot of home games this year.
Yeah.
So,
thank you.
A lot of home games.
We appreciate that.
Yeah. So we'll, I think before district with the only away game, we go to Carlsbad. And then other than that, then district starts, and then we're going to go two home, two away for each opponent. And so, just
not
encourage.
the 3-game series like you've done in the past. So you're back to the traditional home and home doubleheader.
And I really pushed for a 3-game series, but I got outvoted. And so, but I really like the 3-game series because everyone can have their pitchers, and then when you play now with you play a game on Tuesday and a game on Saturday, so then everyone's using different pitchers, and then depends on who you play. But we're no excuses. We're going forward with it, so we'll get after it. So
how's the NMAA doing the postseason? Are they doing similar to how they did basketball, soccer, and volleyball?
Yes, sir. It's going to be similar. They changed. We usually have a 3-game series for the first round, and so it's just going to be a single elimination, and then single elimination all the way through.
So the district champs get a spot, and then there'll be a couple of at-large. First round at the higher seed, second round at the higher seed, and then up to Albuquerque for a championship game.
Yes, sir. I'm not sure about this. I know the first round's higher seed. I don't know about the second round.
Okay.
I think it depends on what you saw with basketball. They went to Ruidoso, and so.
Yeah.
Well,
the travel thing has an impact on it, obviously.
Right.
So I like how Coach Henderson found the closest to Ortiz that we could go that still fit within the travel thing for Gallup. So that was good thinking there.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, and a shout out to the basketball team. Those guys did a great job this year, and really proud of them.
Yeah. Well, Coach Mondragon's going to pop in a little bit and conclude the season there. Well, we look forward to having you on, or players, or whatever you want to do for the next few weeks, and on Tuesdays. And
yes, sir.
And we'll see you guys out there tonight at the old ballpark.
Perfect. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thanks a lot, Coach J.J. Ortiz. We're going to take a break and be back in a moment.
Now for a Pecos Valley